99.9% of how to sell someone is to not sell them at all. The best way to sell to any and everybody is to present as much value as possible. Then you tell them to buy from you.
You have to find something that resonates with your customer and with your brand to ultimately bring that product to life. So when you combine a strong why and a strong product with a strong experience with your brand, you're creating a recipe for success.
Welcome back to the channel, and if you're new to the channel, I'm Nicholas Clark, co-owner and designer of WRLDINVSN.
I'm Marlon Wise, co-owner and CEO of WRLDINVSN.
Hey, we've been able to start our brand with only 12 shirts and $120.
Yep.
And we have scaled that brand to selling over 600,000 t-shirts, to
Yep.
selling over 1 million items total. That's hoodies, tees, socks, jewelry, you name it.
Shipping over 500,000 orders.
Yes. So in this video, we want to share with you our 3 top ways on how we sell to hundreds and thousands of people and generate millions of dollars in sales. And it's very, very simple. And to share the first tip that most people will never understand is 99.9% of how to sell someone is to not sell them at all. Right? Is not to ask them on the first time you see them or the first time they see you, you ask them to buy from you. The best way to sell to any and everybody is to present as much value as possible. Then you tell them to buy from you. So a lot of things that we do with our brand is we pretty much present our products in the way in which you can embody or envision yourself wearing it, right? So I have this sweater on, is a nice cream sweater. This is products that we sell, but I'm not on this video telling you or asking you to buy it. I'm just wearing the product and allowing you to see how I wear the product and allowing you to ask yourself, damn, would this look good with me wearing it? And as well as sharing the story around the product. So when we first got our brand started, we just wanted to just make money. Like we were just out here just, hey, come buy my shirt, 2 for $30, 1 for 20. And it was all about like them just spending money with us, but it never was about what's bigger than just the t-shirt itself. Because there's so many brands out here in the world, but what's going to allow you to stand out and be one of one? And the one thing that we realize is nobody is not like us. Like we are one of one. Our story is so much different than everybody else. Just like you that's watching this video, like your story is unique to you. Our story is unique to us. So Marlon actually shared this book with me, and he read it as well, called Start With Why. And that one book taught about people don't support what you do, they support why you do it. So I could easily share with you, a live pitch of this product that I'm wearing. Hey, I got this cream sweater. I'm selling it for $30. Would you like to buy it? You not really willing to hand over that $30 to me, but let's just say I say, hey, I started my brand with 12 shirts and $120. Nobody around me owned a business or even graduated from college, but that's just something that we wanted to do, and we're doing it through doing this brand WRLDINVSN. Now, this design specifically is a Jesus tee, right, or the Jesus sweater.
Yep.
And the reason why we designed this is because when we was young, when we was 14 years old, all we wanted to do was wear the Jesus chain. And we was like, why not put it on the shirt? And we didn't want to specifically make it a black or a white Jesus, so we made it colorful. We made it unique. We made a way that everybody could support this product, right? And now, by me explaining that, would you like to buy this for $30? 9 times out of 10, you're more willing to exchange your money for the value of this product now that you understand what it is and why you should be buying it.
Yep. And I think why is, one of those key factors, but another key factor is going to be experience. And what we noticed that we was able to start to sell to, we talk about anybody, but it's still getting niched down a lot. But mainly when you putting yourself in position and creating an experience around your product and brand. So now that we had product, our first experience was going out and doing pop-up shops. Really, it was selling it out of our bag. But we realized that we was only going to quickly be able to get so far with doing that. So we realized that we had to create some type of environment for us to generate customers to come into our brand, our environment and purchase from us. So that all started with us just having a table, no tablecloth, no nothing, just having a table with shirts on there. And now that allowed us to present ourselves and give people an actual opportunity. Now I say we was hard selling then because you got a table with your shirts on there. You like, come check me out. But we started to win people over and allow people to sell themselves as we started to improve that experience. So now that we had the logo with the banner with the logo with the story on it, people was able to walk up to that, read what I was about, and literally just come to the table and say, "Hey, I want to support y'all." People was able to see us have the name on the table once we got the tablecloth. People was able to see we started to invest in different stainless steel racks. We started to get the wooden hangers instead of the wire hangers. We started to, just create an experience. We played music, that people would, come to our pop-up shop, and it was more of a hangout spot than a pop-up shop. And that allowed people to easily influence themselves to want to buy our product without us literally having to say, hey, you want to buy it. The main thing that we talked about now was that why. So when you combine a strong why and a strong product with a strong experience with your brand, you're creating a success, a recipe for success. And then we extended that out bigger than that. So instead of just doing pop-up shops, we started doing mastermind events. We started partnering. We had our World Envision Classic event where we brought celebrities to Ruston, Louisiana. They played basketball. So now when you start engaging people in experience like that, past just your product, that's how you're going to create lasting, lifelong customers, lifelong fans, lifelong supporters that's going to support whatever you drop. So now it's past us just dropping, apparel. We could drop a bike and somebody's going to want to support that now through the experience that they had with our brand.
Yeah, I like the word that you use, influence. People gotta know you, they gotta like you, and they gotta trust you, so they can influence themselves to buy from you. You never have to beg anybody to buy from you. A lot of times we don't make sales, especially in person, because we begging people to buy from us.
Yep.
You should never have to beg somebody to buy your product from you, right? And I like that you're talking about the in-person experience, because one thing Shirai will always say from God is Dope is like, if you can't give it away, you can't sell it. So if
Yep.
you go out and you give product away and people dying over it, like that's a way to actually see that people like the product, as well as asking people, how much would you buy this for? Like, if people don't give you a legit true answer, and then if they're not willing to exchange their money for the value of this product, 9 times out of 10 you just got to go back to the drawing board. And so if you watching this, I want you to understand that sales is more of a psychological thing than ever. Sales come from the way people think, and you got to understand how to control their thoughts and position themselves to influence themselves to buy from you, right? So if you're watching this video and you just can't seem, to figure out how to make sales, I want you to start putting yourself like in your customer mind frame, and realize what are they thinking when they come to buy from you.
Yep.
My slogan when I was in college was have an eye for it. Like, I want you to start building your brand with like Marlon saying, with the high level thoughts of the experience that is going to happen whenever people do purchase from you.
Yep.
And that bring me into my next.
Well, I ain't mean to cut you just before we go to the next one, because some people think that, you know, they have to do it the exact way that we did it. So for it may be for a brand that's getting started that sell a luxury product, like creating an experience might be getting your product in a store, and now maybe you partnering with the store, you showing yourself off as a designer, as an artist. So really, the concept, like we want y'all to understand when you're watching these videos, is some things you can just copy and paste and go slap and do, but realizing that we really just trying to teach y'all through our experiences and how you can apply that to what works for your brand.
Yeah.
Like for us, we saying that we was doing a pop-up shop and we enhanced that experience. For you, like I said, it may be having your product in stores, partnering with that store to do meet and greets because you sell a luxury product. For somebody else, that may be, going out, and I shout out to my boy Rich Roy. He doing pop-up trucks. Like somebody may be distributing through vending machines. Like it really don't matter what that experience is, but you have to find something that resonates with your customer and with your brand to ultimately bring that product to life.
Yo, I want to stop this video right now because we have something super special and amazing that's coming
Super.
up. All right, we're gonna be doing a challenge with Justin P, me,
Scale your
Marlon,
brand challenge.
and Justin P is coming together to actually do a scale your brand challenge. So if you're interested, I want
Click
you
the
to
link
grab one of those
somewhere.
tickets. It's in the description.
Yep.
Make sure you get it. We're only going to be doing this one time. The challenge is actually coming in April.
Yep.
Right? So you do not want to miss it. Hurry, click the link so you can actually know everything about it and secure your spot today.
Can't wait to see y'all. Appreciate y'all. Go grab your tickets.
Let's get it. Let's get back into the video. Oh, of course. You gotta be able to bring that product to life. The second thing is gonna be you gotta know your targeted audience. Like, so we talking about selling and we talking about bringing your product to life and experience and doing pop-up shops and a pop-up truck and these different things. But if you don't know who you're selling to, you may be putting, your brand in, position, but it may not be in position where it's the right customers that's trying to buy from you. So, for example, what I would recommend is go find brands that you want to be like. Like, I'm not saying copy or steal from anybody, but I want you to pretty much go get inspiration from these brands. And what I also want you to do is do my simple hack of go to their Instagram and go click on their tag photos and look at all of the people that's wearing their product. And I want you to really survey who is this customer. Like, what's their race? What's their gender? How old do they look? How do they wear the product? What else brands do they wear the product with? And I want you to start basically creating creativity, lifestyle, photography, marketing ideas and concepts around this avatar that you see in your competitors sell to, right? So once you see all these people that that's tagging them in the photos, y'all can go do it to our brand. You could pretty much start building a description of this person, and you could start building content around that person and putting that same person inside of your photo shoots, inside of your videos. And that's exactly how you could start target those people. So from our perspective, the people who we want to target was, the 18 to the 24-year-olds, the people who was, freshmen in college or seniors in high school to,
Early
seniors in college,
adulthood as well.
right? And when you stick to a specific audience and you just block out the rest of the people, that's how you actually grow your brand on a larger scale rather than thinking that everybody could buy it. Your product is not for everybody. Your product is not for everybody. Like, the 70-year-old person is gonna have a different perspective on what quality is than the 20-year-old person, right? So everybody is not gonna be your customer. And when you realize that and when you focus on who's truly your customer, this is how you're gonna be able to break outside of that bubble that you started with to then going worldwide, right? So what we started was, exactly what I said, is the high schoolers all the way to the collegers. And what we realized is by focusing on these people, we broke out to a new audience, which was the 35 and up crowd, because these were the parents of the high schoolers to the collegers, and they wanted their kids to wear this product, and they even seen their kids.
Collegers.
You get what I mean? And they even seen their kids wearing this product, and they wanted to be a part of that movement as well. So by us just focusing in on those people, we was able to actually break outside of that bubble and become a larger brand.
Yep. And I think just adding to that, something that we talked about doing that we should do, and we're gonna give it to y'all, is create, we call it a family avatar. So what are your ideal customers look like for male and female? Like, what type of food do they eat? What type of places do they go? What type of other brands do they wear? Like, so that way you can start to identify who that actually is. Give them a name. We was talking about giving them a name. And then we talked about, all right, who are their parents? What their parents look like? What their parents may do? What type of income like they actually may be making? Then as like your brand evolve, and like this is high level stuff that we talking about that we gonna implement inside our brand. Like the family ages as well. So we talking about, we started off at 18. Mm-hmm. So it may be 5 years from now. Now he may be what, 20, 23 or something like that. So he may have a baby now. So like what is it that now you break it off and like, what is the baby consuming? We talk about babies consuming YouTube Kids. They, watching Netflix, Peppa Pig. So you may come out with collabs, you may come out with colorways. It just allow you to understand your customer in a way deeper perspective than what you may think about it right now. Because right now it's just like everybody my customer. Run a Facebook ad, run it to everybody, run it to streetwear, go out and we gonna just go wherever. But once you dial in even more, that's when you're really gonna start to be able to go past the 10,000, $100,000 level, which that's the level that we're talking about. If you're not trying to make $100,000 a month, you might be watching the wrong video, wrong channel, because that's the mindset that you have to have.
Yeah, yeah, I like that. The customer continuously grows, and you
And
gotta,
change.
yeah,
Yeah.
and change. So you gotta grow, and you gotta change right with them. Third thing, man. Third thing is gonna be branding, right? So I really stand true behind this. I think that once again, branding is a more of in the mind type of thing.
And I think a consistency as well when you think of
Of
branding.
course, branding consistency is a part of branding.
Yep.
So, like, if you look at the dictionary, if you look at the definition, of branding online, I'm sure somewhere in the sentence is going to say consistency.
In the
So,
bottom words that it relate to.
exactly, and if you understand if you understand branding, then you understand this. Like, whenever you go to a specific business, is this same continuously look that you get all the time. Like, and it's simple things. It's like Walmart. They branding colors always been blue, right? Like, it
Okay.
has never changed. You like Apple,
Yep.
right? The iPhone, it changes some type of format or
Yep.
or the way that it's shaped,
Talking about a flip one right
but
now.
it has
I don't know about that, Nick.
it has never really changed past 1%. Like
You think the flip ain't 1% change?
I have never seen a flip iPhone.
I promise you
Yeah.
got to go do some research on
I'm
it.
a,
They got
I'm
a
a,
flip iPhone.
but we talking about that's 20 years ago. If you look right now from the iPhone
No, I'm
10,
talking now. They're dropping a flip one now.
they dropping a flip one now.
I'm eager to see that though.
I'm not buying that at all. But if you go look from the iPhone 10 all the way up into the iPhone 15, you're not gonna really see no change. That's
Yep.
branding. It's the same thing as McDonald's. The same M logo been there since you was a kid, since you was a baby. You could easily identify that brand. Like, the minute I say McDonald's, you completely think about all of the McDonald's meals. You think about the chicken nuggets. You think about the hot and spicy. Like, it has never changed, right? So what I want you to do to have a consistent branding, for one, is find a name that you can stick with. Like, the minute that you find your name, don't come 2 years later and change the name. Because when you change the name, you change the brand 100%. Like, it's not like a little bitty small change. That's 100% change. And then find one slogan or one quote or one thing that you could read and tell people about your brand in one sentence. So, World and Vision, trust in your vision, right? Like, that motto, that slogan, as long as that stays the same, people is always going to be able to gravitate towards that feeling, that emotion, or that vision, right? Don't change those essential things because it changed the brand 100%, as well as design. Like, find designs that you could make your core items and keep around forever, pretty much. Like, we battle with this ourselves. This design is when we first got started, but still to this day, it still sells. Like, we went maybe 1 or 2 years without having this design at all, and then the minute we brought it back, it's just selling out like crazy. So we have now, put in our mind that, that's branding. Like, people been seeing it since the start, and the newcomers, they probably seen it, and they like, man, I want to get, the product that y'all first started with is a part of branding, is a part of history, is a part of making your business more unique than the other businesses, because you have this one thing that sets you apart, and people could continuously buy it over and over and over again.
Yep. And just to kind of, continue on the consistent basis, when we're thinking about branding, for us, we don't change our logo. Even when we use our name font, we use the same font. So it's really like building that consistent habit. Cause I name I want this one bag right here. If I put this bag that's on the screen that y'all looking at, this orange bag, it don't even have to have the, we're gonna take the logo off, but everybody gonna be able to identify this bag that's watching it. Which is, if you're looking at it right now, when you put the logo on it, it's gonna be a Louis Vuitton bag. So even if they didn't have the name Louis Vuitton on there, and you saw that bag or somebody walking down the street with that bag, you would automatically assume that they just bought a Louis Vuitton product. And what happens with that, because we tried this out specifically at our event at Essence Fest, we had 100% black owned bags that we were, pretty much giving away if you bought something, or you could buy the bag. And so we had given out so many bags at the convention center that the next day people was coming back saying, "What y'all the place where I keep seeing these 100% black owned bags?" And now that consistency that went out in that specific area gravitated people's attention, and now they was coming to our booth to search for this specific product
Correct.
that was going out. But if we would have had different bags where it was bags with the logo, bags with different designs on them, plain bags, then people wouldn't have been easily be able to identify us and what we was doing and where we was at. So I really think, like, being consistent, what you may not understand, like, because I know that a lot of us are creators, a lot of us are content creators, a lot of us are designers, a lot of us are innovative. And so a lot of times we get shiny object syndrome and we want to continue to put out a whole lot of new things, not realizing that that's ultimately going to continue to make our brand weaker.
Yeah.
But if people continue to get familiar and see the same stuff, they may see it in a different way. Like, we use the same fonts, but it may be used in a different way. Like, we may bring up one of our old Spinal shirts, and it literally has our logo on the front and our name on the back. But then I could pull up a classic design where it literally has that same font just on the front with the logo at the top and the name at the bottom. It was nothing that was different. Both of those designs were winning designs for us. We sold thousands of units of that. But what went longer is that people was able to identify and start to attach themselves with that, which we see with our winning curve designs. We had our V1 curve and our V2 curve. It's pretty much the same thing. Now we was able to remix it, like when y'all seen us do the Mardi Gras. So we used the same V2 curve and we put Mardi Gras beads on it, and now it became a whole different design. But we still kept the same branding concept that we was dropping that was already winning for us, and we didn't go off the path and do something different. So when people see that curve, it's easily identify us and our brand.
So if you're struggling with sales, like, you need to really put yourself in that thought process of, what are your customers thinking? And you gotta pretty much create experiences, create products, put yourself in position to actually be able to sell, but without having to force selling upon your customer.
Yep.
Right. So if you watch this video and if you got any value out of this video, make sure you drop a comment and let us know what part did you like the most.
Like,
right?
subscribe, run us.
So if you have any questions about selling in general, like any specific questions, make sure you drop that comment and we're gonna respond. Or we even might make a full entire video on it, right, Marl?
Yep, perfect.
Hey, appreciate y'all for watching this video. I'm Nicholas Clark, co-owner and designer at WRLDINVSN.
I'm Marlon Watts, co-owner and CEO of WRLDINVSN.
And we out. If you watch this video all the way up into this part, I want to give you something very, very unique. If you've been wondering what's on the other side of Activate Your Vision University, I want to give you 3 days for free. Right? 3 days for free. This is specifically for this video.
Let's do it.
And I'm going to drop the link in the description. I'm not going to go long on this ad right here, but I do want to give you 3 days of access for free.
Yep.
All right. And if you do not want to continue, make sure you reach out to us and we'll cancel your subscription. But we want to allow you to have those 3 free days so you can actually see what's on the other side and so you can see how we're actually scaling brands every single day.
This for my people that's serious, not curious. See y'all inside that university.
Let's get it.